Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Dauntless. In today's video, we're going to be debuting the Legendary Hammer series, where we're going to be crafting the Galvanic Impact, Malkarion's Legendary Hammer. We have enough of everything here, so we're going to go ahead and power surge, and we're going to get right on into a build. So this is the build we're going to be using today. This is the Galvanic Impact as overpowered +6 within the prismatic cells. We're using Mighty Landbreaker as a special, which when you have enhanced ammo from the Aether Slam, you're going to have plus 35% base damage, which is great. That's basically an extra +6 on a special, +6 like cell on a special. We have extended clip to increase our ammo capacity, which means more shockwaves and just more opportunities to buff ourselves. We have Savit's Maul for the +3 pulse within there. We're going to be using Revenant this time around, back on Revenant. It's going to be a lot of extra damage, a lot of AoE damage within the hammer. We're going to go ahead and use Skarn's Defiance with reuse. We're going to be using the Shroud's Helmet with Berserker 3. We're going to be using the Light's Virtue, which is Revvy's chest, with the additional reuse cell. And then we have the Malkarion's Grasp with Predator, staple DPS cell, and recycle and Assassin's Frenzy on our boots. Some important tidbits about utilizing this build. You'll notice that the recycle cell, the chain link currently stacked to 3, does not go away when you send it in Aether Slam out down like multiple parts of the behemoth. Now if I go over here and swing on the wheel or the leg or whatever it is, it obviously goes away. Looking at the cross swords, the Berserker stacks, you'll notice that the Aether Slam does not stack Pulse or Berserker. So this is actually very interesting. However, if you pop Revenant, you'll notice that the recycle stacks go away, which is kind of interesting just because the attack is pretty much the same thing as like an Aether Slam. I don't know why it's programmed that way, but kind of interesting to know that your Omni Cell gets rid of your recycle stacks. However, Aether Slam does not. It's taken me about 5 years, but it is time. It is time for me to take on the world with the hammer, and I am not excited about it. I am not very good with this weapon, I must say. I might get lucky here or there, but this display of skill is going to be severely lacking. Apologies to the hammer mains. Apologies to the hammer mains, but yeah, Aether Slam is definitely just gonna crutch me all the way to the ends of the earth when it comes to this weapon. But I'm up to the challenge, and I'm up to learning new things. I'm gonna go Spiteful Onslaught here just in case. You know, you never know when you're gonna get the sneaky virulent impact showing up in your roster of amps. So we like to build for crit when we can. We got 2 Terra Behemoths coming up. Pretty strong matchup here for us. We're using a shock weapon. However, they are rather quick, so landing a full combo, please, Malkarion. Please, Malkarion, just operate the way that you're supposed to. Got a quick break there, allowing us to get some attack speed. You know, this is actually going swimmingly. We're just gonna trade off shockwaves here. One for you. Get some turn action there. Unfortunately, didn't really take care back there. Missed the Aether Slam there. Didn't get the enhanced ammo. Unlucky. Ooh, you know what I should have done before I went in, and they probably would have been both dead, is if I used my whatchamahoosin. Killing there with the Malkarion finish actually feels quite good, but I didn't use Mighty Landbreaker, which is something that I mean, this weapon's just very technical. It's a lot of management, right? Like, you need to manage your ammo. Virulent Impact is huge. You need to manage the enhanced ammo. You need to manage the priming, like you need to know when to prime your attacks to get like staggers, or if you're not going to get like a full shockwave effect. You need to manage all of your buffs. You need to manage your lantern. There's just so much to think about on this weapon, which puts it at number 1 for like hardest weapon in this game for me. But you know, people might disagree, but I mean, ultimately it's kind of like why I stayed away from it. I don't really like I'm more about like movement weapons than I am or like countering weapons, but Avenging Overdrive doesn't really fulfill that need for me either. But sword is like kind of my perfect level of difficulty, I think. Like, there's a lot to think about on the sword too. Like, I think Valor is a very interesting mechanic Like there's a lot of things that you can do with your Valor, and how you build it is not the best, but I think with things like Valiant Overdrive, it makes it a little bit more interesting. I think in general, I enjoy Valiant Overdrive more. I just wish it was stronger in terms of like, I don't know. It's like there's a lot of thought put into the sword, and then there's Avenging Overdrive right next to it, and it just allows you to turn your brain off. So you can't turn your brain off with this weapon until you stagger lock something, at least. Let's see if I can get this. I can. Normally I get absolutely cursed when I'm trying to use that move. The buffer window for that attack to double tap is so small, and I have no idea why. Virulent Impact putting in the work here, a majority of it, because I am definitely not keeping my Mighty Landbreaker up, and I'm not keeping my Lantern up, so people are probably cringing at the gameplay, but that's okay. We'll take this as a baseline, right? We'll take this as a baseline, and we'll see how much I improve. Probably not much. We'll see how much I improve at the end of it all, you know? Definitely a Giga Chad weapon, but you know, I think as the years have gone by, and I was talking about this with Pike during our shoot with the Christmas video, is the axe has kind of taken like the place as #1 for me. I think because it's not as strong like right off the gate. That's kind of the thing about Dauntless, is like a lot of things are front loaded, and then everything is like put at the end of your combos. So if you can't get ramped relatively quickly, it feels like the fights just take forever. At least in comparison to like the other, you know, how fast you can kill stuff. And I don't really like checklist gameplay, but it just feels so bad to whiff, right? It feels so bad to whiff those like last attacks. But then it also like when it comes to the axe, it just feels like you're being very methodical in like where you need to get your meter up, and then finally once you get determination level 4, it feels like you earned the amount of damage that you're supposed to be dealing. But in reality, like determination 4 is kind of just putting you up to snuff with the rest of the weapons that are just godlike in this game. So I don't know, I like the challenge of getting to like the act of getting up to determination level 4, but by that time it's like the fight's already over, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of sucks. Like in that regard, I love the axe. I think the axe is super fun, and even if like the axe had +0 attack speed, I think, and it like got compensated in the damage department, like the greatsword and Monster Hunter, I think it would still be a ton of fun to like try and get all that off. Like I think it would be a very impressive, much more impressive than it currently is, if like attack speed wasn't really such a thing in this game, and it had a little bit more identity in that regard. Talking about the axe, that is, had a little bit more identity like that, or like maybe it just converts like I literally just thought of this. So Jhin in League of Legends, regardless of attack speed, he always attacks the same at the same speed, but attack speed gets converted into like either critical damage or like base damage. I forget which one it is, but or it like improves his crit chance instead. But basically attack speed does not affect him in the same way that like it would attack speed on like any other champion. So I was thinking that would actually be so cool for the axe. It has a consistent attack speed, but like if you build into the attack, because there probably aren't that many attack gems, it would actually improve the axe. Like I think that would be kind of cool. But anyway, that would be something to try out. Phoenix Labs, maybe just, you know, put it on the test room, see what happens, you know, try it out. But let's talk about the build here a little bit. Overall, the hammer is still feeling as powerful as ever. I really feel like this build might be a little bit out of my pay grade. Like I don't really feel like I'm able to take advantage of everything all at the same time, but I'm also shooting a YouTube video, and I'm also not super experienced with the weapon. So I mean, I think it's a strong build, but maybe for a little bit more advanced users, or someone who has a lot more time on this weapon than I, more mileage out of it than I currently displayed, but overall still think it's really strong. The way that recycle works with the Aether Slams is kind of interesting to me. I like that they added some thought to that cell to make it so the hammer can actually benefit from it, making it very, very strong actually. But overall, good run, and well, good for me, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's been a while since I played this weapon, so there's gonna be more to come, and then I'll throw up the vote for the next legendary weapon as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.